Jeremiah chapter 40. The word that came to Yirmiyahu, Jeremiah, from Yahweh, after Nebuzaradan, the chief of the guard, had let him go from Ramah, when he had taken him bound in chains among all the exiles from Jerusalem and Judah who were being exiled to Babylon. So Jeremiah is leaving Jerusalem, going up to Babylon. He'd been arrested along with everybody else, because he's the man of Elohim. We'll see there's some concessions made here. And the chief of the guard took Jeremiah and said to him, Yahweh, your Elohim, has spoken this evil on this place. Your God brought about this judgment, which, as we've seen previously through Jeremiah, is 100% accurate. And Yahweh has brought it on, and has done, as he has said, because you have sinned against Yahweh, and did not obey his voice. Therefore this matter has come upon you. Transgression of the law brings death. Deuteronomy 28. If you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, then you will be blessed. If you do not, then you will be cursed. The Torah is super simple. Doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, it believes in you. Just like gravity. Transgress the law of gravity and see how well it works out for you. Go up on top of a tall building and jump off. You know what happens? You transgress the law of gravity, it will bring death. Or you will be cursed. You'll have 2 broken femurs and go splat on the ground. But if you adhere to it, you will have the preservation of life, and you will be blessed. You won't have 2 broken femurs. You won't go splat on the ground. It doesn't matter if you believe in gravity or not, it believes in you. The Torah is the same way. If you transgress the law, the life-giving law from the creator of the universe, if you transgress it, bad things will happen to you. If you adhere to it, good things will happen to you. And this is not a works-based theology, it's just facts. It's just the way, literally from the beginning of Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, the Father set up these rules for us, for the heavens, for the earth, for the grass, for the trees, for the water, for the animals, for everybody. Everybody has rules, including us. And now see, I loosen you, Jeremiah, the man of Elohim, today from the chains that were on your hand. If it seems good to you to come with me to Babylon, come, and I shall look after you. But if it seems wrong for you to come with me to Babylon, remain here. See, all the land is before you. Go wherever it seems good and right for you to go. And before Jeremiah replied, Nebuzaradan said, Or go back to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babel has made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people, or go wherever it seems right for you to go. That's quite a permission slip from the invading army here, with you as part of the peoples who are being exiled. It's like, hey everybody, get in chains, line up, we're going to your new home. Except for you, man of Elohim. You, whatever seems right in your eyes, you do that. And the chief of the guard gave him provisions and a gift, and let him go. So Jeremiah went to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, to Mitzpah, aka the tribe of Judah governor that was established under the Babylonian rule now in Jerusalem, and dwelt with him among the people who were left in the land. He took, hey, what's behind door number 3? I'm going to stay in the land, but I'm going to be with the governor under the Babylonian rule. Why? Spheres of influence. He's the man of Elohim. Maybe he has something that he can bring to the table here to help during this chaotic time that your Jerusalem, Judah, Israel is going through. So Jeremiah went to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, to Mitzpah, and dwelt with him among the people who were left in the land. All the poor, remember that? The Babylonians left the poor, and they gave them the vineyards and the olive presses and the cities. And all the commanders of the armies who were in the fields, they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, governor in the land, and had put him in charge of the men and women and children and the poor of the land who had not been exiled to Babylon. So they came to Gedaliah at Mitzpah, Ishmael, the son of Netanyahu, and Yochanan, and Yonatan, the sons of Kareah, and Sariah, the son of Tanhumet, and the son of Ophi, and the Netophatite, and Yezanyahu, the son of Maacatite, and they and their men. So all those dudes with the And Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, swore to them and their men, saying, Do not be afraid of serving the Kasdim, the Babylonians. Dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. And I'm dwelling at Mitzpah, to serve the Kasdim, the Babylonians, who come to us. But you gather wine and summer fruit and oil, and put them in your vessels, and dwell in your cities which you have taken. Also, when all the Yehudim, all the tribe of Judah, who were in Moab, and among the Ammonites and Edom, who were in all the lands, heard that the king of Babylon had left a remnant in Judah. Interesting, a remnant in Judah. Where else have we seen that? Do you Book of Revelation much? And many of y'all have said, Bear, I want to know your input on insert chapter and verse here. YouTube search bar. The YouTube search bar. YouTube is owned by Google, which is owned by Alphabet, which is owned by the CIA. But YouTube, Google is the world's largest search engine, and the YouTube search bar is the second largest world's search engine. So just put in Bear Independent, 1 Corinthians, or Revelation 22, or whatever. You'll find it. You'll find videos on it. They are there. I've read the entirety of the book of Revelation on camera here. I've read every word of the New Testament with y'all on camera. I've read from Genesis chapter 1 now through Jeremiah 40 with you in the Old Testament here. And I've read every single Torah portion on Patreon, which will be released on YouTube at a later date. Why on Patreon? Because it is a more conducive environment. I don't have to deal with jackwagons in the comments. Although, praise Yah, generally speaking, there's very few jackwagons in the comments on these Bible reading videos, and I'm very thankful for that. I'm also very thankful to all of you who show up each week to watch these things and to comment and show your love and support. Praise Yah. Thank you for that. But my point is, what do you mean? What's that biblical reference that you're talking about in Revelation? I have a video on it. Please use the search bar. And let's see. And all the Yehudim returned from the places they had been driven, and came to the land of Judah, to Gedaliah at Mitzpah, and gathered wine and summer fruit in large quantities. And Yochanan, the son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army that were in the fields came to Gedaliah at Mitzpah. And they said to him, Do you certainly know that Baalis, king of the Ammonites, has sent Ishmael, son of Netanyah, to strike you, a being, your soul? Hey, by the way, there's a guy coming to kill you. But Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, would not believe them. Never underestimate your enemy. It's a pretty bad tactic. Even if your enemy's a bunch of scumbags. Never underestimate your enemy. Then Yochanan, the son of Kareah, spoke secretly to Gedaliah in Mitzpah, saying, Please let me go and strike Ishmael, son of Netanyah. The best defense is a good offense, without anyone knowing it. Why should he murder you? And so let all the Yehudim who are gathered to you be scattered, and the remnant in Judah shall perish. But Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, said to Yochanan, the son of Kareah, Do not do this matter, for what you were saying about Ishmael is not true. I don't believe you, homie. My buddy Ish would never raise a hand against me. I don't believe you. Chapter 41. And in the 7th new moon it came to be that Ishmael, what's up, Ish? Son of Netanyah, son of Elishama, of the royal seed, and of the officers of the king, came with 10 men to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, at Mitzpah. And while they ate bread together there at Mitzpah, Ishmael, son of Netanyah, and the 10 men who were with him, arose and struck Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, with the sword, and killed him, whom the king of Babylon, had made governor over the land. Turns out our buddy Ish, not such a trustworthy guy. So he goes in with basically an A-team. Him and 10 other dudes, they go in there like, yeah, sure, let's hang out. Let's have some wine, have some bread. You got a sheep you want to spin over a fire. Oh, by the way, here's a sword. Which is bad manners, right? Like, don't kill me in my house. I just slaughtered a sheep for you. I'm trying to feed you, homie. I made you a fresh pot of Cafe Bustelo. Like, let's be buds. Oh yeah, we're totally friends. Also, here's a sword. So Ish turns out to not be such a cool guy. Verse 3. And Ishmael struck all of the Yehudim, all of the tribe of Judah, who were with him, with Gedaliah, the king who was appointed by the Babylonians, at Mitzpah, and the Kasdim, the Babylonians, who were found there, the men of battle. So they just killed everybody. And it came to be on the second day, after he had killed Gedaliah, when no one knew it yet, that the men came from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Shomron, 80 men with their beards shaved and their garments torn, having cut themselves with offerings and incense in their hand to bring them to the house of Yahweh. Are we supposed to cut ourselves for Yahweh? Leviticus 19. No, we are not. So this is a form of false worship. Again, why did the Babylonians come in the first place? Because Israel was so off track that the Father had to smash them so that they would have nothing left but Yah, so that they would repent, teshuvah, turn back to Him. So there are these dudes, 80 men coming from Shechem and Shiloh and Shomron, Shomron again being the capital city of false worship of the house of Israel, not of the house of Judah, of the house of Israel. They come to bring incense and burnt offerings at the temple, the house of Yahweh, having shaved their heads, which you're not supposed to do unless you're completing a Nazirite vow, and having cut themselves and torn their garments, so they're lamenting. But we don't cut ourselves. We don't do that. Yet they're bringing this offering to Yah. Verse 6, and Ishmael, son of Netaniah, went out from Mitzpah to meet them, weeping as he walked along. And it came to be, as he met them, he said to them, come to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam. Well, he just killed Gedaliah. Now, come with me, I'll bring you to the king. King's dead, by the way, but come on, guys, I'll bring you to the king. And it came to be, when they came inside the city, that Ishmael, son of Netanyahu, slew them, killed them too, throwing them into a pit, he and the men who were with him. But 10 men were found among them who said to Ishmael, do not kill us, for we have wheat and barley and oil and honey hidden in the field. So 10 of these dudes were able to talk their way out of the situation. So Ishmael, he held back and did not kill them among their brothers. And the pit into which Ishmael had thrown all the corpses of the men who he had struck, because of Gedaliah, was the same one Asa the king had made for fear of Baasha, king of Israel. Ishmael, son of Netanyahu, had filled it with the slain. Asa, not a great dude either. Then Ishmael took captive all the rest of the people who were in Mitzpah, and the king's daughters, and all the people who were left in Mitzpah, whom Nebuzaradan, chief of the guard, the Babylonian, had entrusted to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam. So this is a coup. He killed the king, he killed all the king's men, now he's taking captive everybody else. And Ishmael, son of Netaniah, took them captive and went over to the Ammonites, the children of Ammon, which, if you remember from Deuteronomy and Joshua, were supposed to be slain when the Israelites came into the promised land anyway, but they weren't. Now, we'll be fine. We'll just be friends with those people. Put them entirely under the ban, is what Yah said. Make sure none of them is left alive, is what Yah said. No, it'll work out fine. We'll just do the opposite of what Yah said. It'll be fine. Not so much. But Yochanan, the son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army that were with him heard of all the evil that Ishmael, son of Netaniah, had done. So they took all the men and went to fight with Ishmael, son of Netaniah, and they found him by the great pool that is in Gibeon. Oh, a coup upon a coup. Super stable. This is an indicator of the geopolitical situation happening in Israel, happening in Jerusalem, in the tribe of Judah at this point. In other words, chaos, right? Most of the people have just been exiled to Babylon. They've been taken captive. Those that are left have been set under a governor appointed by the Babylonians, this Gedaliah, and he's trying to rule. But Ishmael, his buddy Ishmael, comes over from Ammon, kills him, kills all of his dudes, takes the remaining people captive. Well, then when people hear what Ishmael has done, killing the king, the governor, and taking everybody else captive, they're like, nah, bro. And so then they come upon Ishmael at the pool, the great pool of Gibeon. And it came to be, when all the people who were with Ishmael saw Yochanan, son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army who were with them, that they were glad. Oh, here comes our redemption over the hill. But Ishmael, the son of Netaniah, escaped from Yochanan with 8 men and went to the Ammonites. So he got away. He's going to go report back to his buddy, the Ammonites. Then Yochanan, son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army that were with him, took from Mitzpah all the rest of the people, whom he had recovered from Ishmael, the son of Nathaniah, after he had struck Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, the mighty men of battle, and the women, and the children, and the eunuchs, whom he had brought back from Gibeon. And they set out and dwelt in the lodging place of Kimham, which is near Bethlehem, to go to enter Mitzrayim, to head back towards Egypt. Because of the Kasdim, because of the Babylonians. Hey, we gotta get off of this AO. We can't stay here. We'll go to Bethlehem, a little place outside of Jerusalem. You might have heard of it. Some super duper important guy came from there. Beit Lehem. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna go bug out to Bethlehem, and then our next stop on this this retreat is Egypt, because we can't stay here, because once the Babylonians find out what's happening, they're going to come back and schwack everybody's pee-pee, and it's going to go really bad for us. For they were afraid of them, the Kasdim, the Babylonians, because Ishmael, son of Netanyahu, had struck Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, the governor, whom the king of Babylon had made governor over the land. We'll do 42 as well, since we're here. Then all the commanders of the army, and Yochanan, son of Kareah, and Yezaniah, son of Hoshea, and all the people, from the least of them to the greatest, came near. And they said to Jeremiah the prophet, "We beg you, let our petition be acceptable to you, and pray for us to Yahweh your Elohim." Should be Yahweh our Elohim. Because, right, they're all part of Israel, and Yah is the Elohim of Israel. But at this point, they are so far removed from Yah, they now need Jeremiah the prophet to speak on their behalf. An intercessor, if one would. "We beg you, let our petition be acceptable to you, and pray for us to Yahweh your Elohim, for all this remnant, for we are few, left of many. As your eye sees us," this is all of us. Everybody you can see, this is us. "And let Yahweh your Elohim show us the way in which we should walk, and the word we should do." Sounds a little bit like teshuvah here, repentance. Like we need God to show us where to go and what to do. Duh. We all need the Father, Abba Yahuwah, Father Yah, to show us how to walk. That's a big part of why he became flesh, 1 Peter 2:21, to show us how to walk and what to do. And Jeremiah the prophet said to them, "I have heard. See, I am praying to Yahweh, your Elohim." Again, he's reminding them, yeah, I'll talk to Yah. He's your Elohim too. "I am praying to Yahweh, your Elohim, according to your words. And it shall be that I declare to you all the word Yahweh answers you. I withhold not a word from you." And they said to Jeremiah, "Let Yahweh be a true and steadfast witness between us, if we do not do according to all the word which Yahweh your Elohim sends us by you. Whether good or evil, let us obey the voice of Yahweh our Elohim, to whom we send you, in order that it might be well with us when we obey the voice of Yahweh our Elohim." Do I have to read that part again? "In order that it might be well for us when we obey the voice of Yahweh our Elohim." Coincidence, I'm sure. After 10 days, it came to be that the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah. So for 10 days, Jeremiah is praying, interceding for this people, this remnant of Yahweh. Imagine what that 10 days was like for them. What do? Be still and know that I am Yah. Sit down. Have a cookie. Rest. Yeah, but 10 days. Be still. Know that I am Yah. So he, Jeremiah, called Yochanan the son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army which were with him, and all the people from the least even to the greatest, and said to them, "Thus said Yahweh, the Elohim of Israel, to whom you sent me to present your petition before him. If you would indeed stay in this land, then I shall build you, and not pull you down, and I shall plant you, and not pluck you up, for I have relented of the evil I have done to you. Do not be afraid of the king of Babylon, of whom you were afraid. Do not be afraid of him, declares Yahweh, for I am with you, to save you and deliver you from his hand." and his word will not return to him void. You know, you may be aware that we do a lot of intel and preparedness at this channel. And I see people who freak out in the comments constantly. But what about when the government does this? Do not be afraid of the king of Babylon, of whom you are afraid. Do not be afraid of him, declares Yahweh, for I am with you to save you and deliver you from his hand. If Yah be for us, who can be against us? Fear no one but Yahweh your Elohim. And I shall show you compassion, so that he has compassion on you, and let you return to your own land. But if you say, we are not staying in this land, and so disobey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, saying, no, but we are going to the land of Mitzrayim, to Egypt, so that we see no fighting, nor hear a voice of a shofar, nor hunger for bread, and there we shall stay. Then hear the word of Yahweh, O remnant of Judah. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, if you indeed set your face to enter Mitzrayim, Egypt, and shall go and sojourn there, then it shall be that the sword which you feared overtakes you there in the land of Mitzrayim, and the scarcity of food of which you were afraid clings to you there in Mitzrayim, and you die there. And so it shall be with all the men who set their faces to go to Mitzrayim to sojourn there. They shall die by the sword, by scarcity of food, and by pestilence, and not one of them shall survive or escape from the evil I am bringing upon them. It sounds eerily like Matthew 24, and Yeshua talking about the beginning of the birth pains, the beginning of end times. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, which, by the way, is us. Well, I'm a Gentile believer in Jesus. I'm not Israel. Oh, what are you grafted into? The tree of life? Go read Romans 11. The tree of life is Israel. And if the natural branches were broken off so easily, what do you, those branches who were grafted in, have to boast about? And remember that the root, Israel, bears you, the Gentile branch, not the other way around. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Lord Yahweh Sabaoth, and that Yahweh Sabaoth always has the connotation of the hosts, the heavenly hosts, the armies of heaven. This is, I've said it before, but I'll say it again, this is akin to James Mattis saying, General James Mattis, United States Marine Corps. Meaning, I speak for this 250,000 man army of Uncle Sam's misguided children. But it's even more so because it's the creator of the universe saying, yeah, this angelic army, me, the guy who created the heavens and the earth and every single thing in it, including every hair on your head, thus said Yahweh of hosts, aka, remember who you're messing with here. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, as my displeasure and my wrath have been poured out on the inhabitants of Jerusalem, so shall my wrath be poured out on you when you enter Mitzrayim, and you shall be an oath and an astonishment and a curse and a reproach, and you shall see this place no more. So, Yah told you what to do. Stay here and it'll go well for you. Bug out to Egypt, not going to go well for you. As Yahweh has spoken about you, O remnant of Judah, do not go to Mitzrayim, for certain that I have warned you this day. For you deceived yourselves when you sent to Yahweh your Elohim, saying, pray for us to Yahweh our Elohim, and according to all that Yahweh your Elohim says, so declare to us and we shall do it. So I have declared to you today, but you have not obeyed the voice of Yahweh your Elohim in all which he has sent me to you. And now know for certain that you shall die by sword, by scarcity of food, and by pestilence in the place where you have desired to sojourn to go. I guess we'll do 43 too, since we're here. And it came to be, when Jeremiah had ended speaking all these words to the people, all the words of Yahweh their Elohim, for which Yahweh their Elohim had sent to them, that Azariah the son of Hoshea, and Yochanan the son of Kareah, and all the proud men spoke, saying to Jeremiah, you are speaking a lie. Well, hold on. You just said whatever Yah says to do, we'll do it. Nope. Yeah, the man of Elohim's lying. Yahweh or Elohim has not sent you to say, do not go to Mitzrayim to sojourn there. In other words, No, we want to go to Egypt. God was supposed to tell us to go to Egypt, and you're telling us to stay here? We want to go. You must be lying, homie. For Baruch, son of Neriah, is moving against us to give us into the hand of the Kasdim, the Babylonians, to put us to death or exile us in Babylon. So Yochanan, son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army and all the people disobeyed the voice of Yahweh to stay in the land of Judah. And Yochanan, son of Kareah, and all the commanders of the army took all the remnant of Judah who had returned to sojourn in the land of Judah from all the nations where they had been driven, the men, the women, the children, the king's daughters, and every being whom Nebuzaradan, chief of the guard, had left with Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, and Jeremiah the prophet, and Baruch, son of Neriah. So they went to the land of Mitzrayim, for they disobeyed the voice of Yahweh. And they went as far as Taphanes. And the word of Yahweh came to Jeremiah in Taphanes, saying, so they bugged out. We're going. Even though Yah said, don't go, we're going. So they took everybody, and they're bugging out. And they get as far as Taphanes. And then when they get to Taphanes, Yahweh speaks to Jeremiah, saying, take large stones in your hand, and you shall hide them before the eyes of the men of Judah, in the clay, in the brick courtyard, which is at the entrance to Pharaoh's house in Taphanes. Then you shall say to them, thus said Yahweh of hosts, Elohim of Israel, see, I am sending, and shall bring Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon, my servant, because Nebuchadnezzar the king of Babylon is serving as the hand of Yahweh to bring the judgment which the disobedience of his chosen people has brought upon them. And I shall set his throne above these stones that I have hidden, and he shall spread his canopy over them. And he shall come and strike the land of Mitzrayim of Egypt, bringing death to those appointed for death, and captivity for those appointed to captivity, and the sword for those, and the sword to those for the sword. And he shall set fire to the houses of the mighty ones of Mitzrayim, and he shall burn them and take them captive, and he shall cover himself with the land of Mitzrayim. As a shepherd puts on his garment, he shall go out from there in peace. And he shall break the stone pillars of the house of the sun, which are in the land of Mitzrayim, and he shall burn the houses of the mighty ones of the Mitzrites with fire. Whatever God tells us to do, we'll do. Okay, do this. But we don't want to do that. Well, if you do what you want to do, it's not going to go well for you. Do what I told you to do, it's going to go well for you. Yeah, we're going to do what we want to do. Okay. There you go. I told you, if you don't listen to me, you're going to... But you did what you wanted to do. You asked me, what should we do? And I told you, but you didn't like it. Willful disobedience. Willful disobedience gets you schwacked by the Most High. And by the way, you can't win a war with God. Ask me how I know. Jeremiah 40, 41, 42, and 43. Bless y'all. Shalom.